I'm back for another video, and yeah, this is my new place, so pretty much where I'm going to be doing videos from now on. But the schedule this week will be this one, Around the World in 80 Days, and then Tuesday, or tomorrow, will be Back to the Future. Then Wednesday will be Devil's Advocate, which, because I'm continuing down the Keanu Reeves road, and then I think after that, pretty much we're going to start the John Wick movie, so that'll be next week. Then Thursday will be Army of Darkness, which I cannot wait for. But and then Friday, I don't know yet. But this movie, Around the World in 80 Days, this one came out in 2004, and I actually really like it. I saw it. I didn't see it in theaters, but I saw it like later. Like this was like pretty much like a year later when they would release movies on like HBO and stuff. But it was a fun one. Like it was Jackie Chan, like that, post Rush Hour Jackie Chan. And I didn't remember this being a Disney movie. So, and remember you have I don't know the actor's name, but he's like in a lot of movies. That's like the British guy. But so pretty much the theme, the premise is Phileas Fogg is a scientist, and he is basically embedded by the lord of the country of London, basically that if you can make an invention and travel the world in 80 days, and if you can't make it, he can't create anything. While Jackie Chan's character, Law Zing, I'm just gonna call him Jackie in this movie because I can't really pronounce his name, but he's on the run because he stole the Jade Banshee, which is a thing from his people, but he has to hide his persona, so he lies and says his name is Passport Pal, like, 'cause it's kind of French, so he can basically use the scientist to get back to his people. And along the way, they meet a French girl who's an artist, and basically they have to travel the world in 80 days, which that's what I love about movies like this, is the adventure premise. And it feels like it fits in the, like, Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Night world, even though it's not that. Like, even Owen Wilson makes a cameo, like a really quick cameo, but he was in it. But very fun movie. The set pieces were great. Jackie Chan always doing his stunts. Like, it doesn't matter what the fucking movie is. It could just be something even like this. He's gonna do crazy stunts. So that's all I can really say. It's not like an overly amazing movie. It's not my favorite Jackie Chan movie I've reviewed, but it's a solid one. This was actually when Disney made fun movies and didn't just, yeah, this is a movie based off a book, but still, like, they made it their own. And, like, the transitions when they go to, like, countries is really good. You even get an Arnold Schwarzenegger cameo as a Turkish prince. I think it was, like, Poppy or something. That was his name. But you even get an Arnold Schwarzenegger. I didn't even remember that. So, I would recommend it. If you like just a fun adventure type of movie, you'll like it. So, but other than that, let's kick off this review. So the movie opens up with Lau being on the run from British police. And while doing it, he ends up hiding in Phileas Fogg's house, who he says he has to say he's someone else because a bank was just robbed. And I always love scenes in, like, when I do Jackie Chan movies, you always will get scenes sometimes when he's, like, on the run and he has to, like, hide from people. I always love those moments, because this, like, Jackie Chan, the stunts he does, even for those movies, like, he was hiding in a tree, like, all that shit. So, he agrees to work with Phileas Fogg. Phileas Fogg confronts Lord Belvin and basically bets he can make the world, and he can make it around the world in 80 days. And basically, he even had, the Lord has, like, this corrupt cop who you see throughout the film. He's basically like the slapstick of the film, because all he really does is just get beat up. So they steal a police buggy. They then travel, I think, first to France. They travel first to France, where General Hang, who's she's like the second villain of the movie. she's working with Lord Belvin to basically stop Fogg and Lau from making the trip. So there they meet Impressionism French artist Cece, I think is her name, or Cecilia. I could be fucking wrong, but I thought she was a solid addition. So while she's talking to Fogg, Lau's getting chased by Hang's people, and you get the fun Jackie Chan fight scenes where he has to be quiet. Him, Fogg, and I'm just gonna say French girl. Sorry, sorry guys. I'm definitely gonna do better next review where I try to remember names. But they managed to escape on a air balloon, that was actually a really fun sequence. Yeah, I remember this movie being Disney, so I didn't remember like this kind of slapsticky stuff, but that's just how it is. Disney movies, even in this time, the villains are gonna always be cartoony. They're never gonna be really that great. Like, they're just kind of generic. Like, Lord Belvin is just rich asshole guy, British asshole guy, basically. So they managed to escape. They then make it to Turkey. This is where we get our Schwarzenegger cameo, and he tries to make the French girl one of his wives. But he has a priced statue of the thinker, so Fogg and Lau threaten to destroy it if he doesn't let them go. So they manage to escape. Then they get on a train to India, where Belvin tries to call, because this was at the time where British still, I think, had rule over certain parts of India. So then we get a funny sequence of Jackie Chan and them being chased. They take out the bad guys. We even see the cop guy who you see throughout the film. He's just kind of like the humor. He just gets beat up. There's even a moment where Jackie Chan, while on the train, beats him up. Then they manage to escape. Then they find Jackie Chan's village, or Lau's village. But so they managed to make it to Jackie's village. This is where Fogg realizes, because initially the French girl realizes Jackie's not who he says he is. But Fogg realizes it when one night he wakes up and he sees a picture as Jackie in it. He then gets captured by some of Hang's people. Fogg and the French girl get kidnapped. Jackie makes his save. We get a fun Jackie Chan sequence. Then Fogg goes on his own, because you gotta always have these kind of moments in movies, especially sometimes buddy movies where there's a moment where there's a strain, that something comes between them where they have to get separated. So Fogg goes on his own, but he ends up going to San Francisco, gets swindled out of his money. But both Jackie and the girl manage to find Fogg. They, take him back. Then they make it to New York, but then they get taken by Belvin's people. We get a big fight. Jackie fights the evil chick who has long nails. We get a little bit of stunt work from Jackie. Beats up. They manage to take out the girl, the villain. Then they have to make it. Then they end up meeting the Wright brothers. We get a little bit of a the thing about this movie I really like is more of the set pieces. Very simple story. The story isn't amazing or anything, but I would watch it just for the set pieces. Even the transitions, when they transition from traveling to a place. Yeah, it's very CGI, but it's still really fun. it's the personification of how to do an adventure movie right. You know, you just feel like you're there, and it's even like a solid period piece. You know, a bit over the top, but so they managed to meet the Wright brothers. They get lost at sea. They manage to make the people who save them agree to help them by taking some of the boat and making it a plane. And they barely make it to London, but due to Jackie changing the time, it was still technically day 79. But Lord Belvin tries to. This is where his plot basically gets exposed, and he tries to laugh at even laughs at the Queen. We get a cameo essentially from Kathy Bates, who is a really great actress. I thought she did pretty solid as the Queen, even though you only see her for 2 seconds. Belvin's arrested. Evil villain gets arrested. His plot's revealed. They make Fogg like the official scientist. Everything's all good. Everyone celebrates. Fogg gets with the French girl, and the film ends. Pretty fun film. Like, I would definitely give this one like a 7. It's not great. It's not amazing. But it's definitely a fun one, especially at this time period when Jackie was really getting big. And I would definitely watch it. It's only 2 hours, but it doesn't feel like 2 hours. And it just the dynamic between Fogg is a really good character, very much like his dynamic. He's like the straight man, and Jackie Chan's the crazy fighting guy, because Fogg's the scientist dude or inventor. And the French girl was a solid character too. Like, this was when they knew to just you could have a strong female character, but she wasn't out there like just beating the shit out of them. She was just outsmarting people. Like, this was when you could have different types of characters. And the stunt work was great. I really had fun with the set pieces. The way the transitions would go when they go from place to place was really good. I would definitely recommend it, even if it's fucking Disney, but it's still a fun film. So, like I said, I give it about like a 7 out of 10. Definitely would watch again. But, yeah, tomorrow will be Back to the Future, which is another, in my opinion, quintessential 80s movie. It would be like number 3. 2 or 3, honestly. Probably even 2. I can even see the argument for number 1. Because Back to the Future, like, Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox they made history with that. That movie is one of those that will, that stands the test of time. Like, I cannot wait to watch that again. It's been, I think 2 years since I've watched it, so definitely we'll be watching that. I'll be watching that tomorrow. I don't know what time I'll be doing the review. It'll probably be during the day, but we'll see. But, other than that, cheers to this movie, and then I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. But as usual, fuck Warner Brothers, fuck Disney, fuck LeBron James, fuck Colin Kaepernick, fuck Kevin Smith, and fuck Joe Biden and his administration. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.